yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans.
Check. Life is 59. Life is 59. Lady. Let's get this ball back. Put on offense. Let's go. Kill. Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that's complete to Adams. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6 as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go. You're not ready.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, King. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I'm reading here.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the gun on third down, King. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if you guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 59, Mike, hey, wahoo! Mike, check.
Darnold now to throw. This one taken in by Hester. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down, New York.
Darnold now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Check 4. Big lady. Deuce. Hey, lady. Motion, pump. Hey, echo. Pump.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Darnold. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. To throw is Darnold. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Come on, now, let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here's King. On 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Mike spot 9. No waiting. Check back. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They begin the drive with Hill, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now King from the gun, he'll throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. King now off the play fake. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
Bravo.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here goes Hut.
Needing a few yards. Here's Matthews. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Matthews. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And that's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Back to throw, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Adam Gase turns to the field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 65 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike,
Play action. It's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, it's Hill. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. On the ground with Hill to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Set, ready. Hey, one. Mike. Hey, oh. Switch.
They run it again with Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Inside handoff, Matthews. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency.
That's caught at the 25. A big-time play there for the Texans. 52 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Now here's Hill. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Jet defense so far is standing tall. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Punching it in from a yard away as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
At the 44-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
3 bud.
Back to throw. King. He finds Hopkins complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
Looking to throw. King. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. King. And he's going to go
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. King going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gano the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. That'll be caught by Hester. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Going for it all. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 24-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Touchdown, New York. The kicker on for the
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. A very important extra point there, up and good. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. King operating from the gun. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain of 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. King. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
To throw is King. Going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they get into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Looking to throw. King. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Matthews will try and get him in. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
53, check 53, set up. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They set up the screen to Hill. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run. It's Hill. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. King. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. 53's the mark.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here's King, throwing on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Check, 59. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
A first down carry for Matthews. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Time to go, night. Mike, 53, Mike. Record.
Now King throwing on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw. King. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
On 4th down, King. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. King now. Off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ja'Kai Polite in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for KQT.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. King off the play fake. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's got it.
We got this.
Tonight's final score, Jets.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Jets, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders.
You better call back up.